and medical missionary. The Lord has blessed me with this work to bless his people in these last days. So we're looking at healthy living, and this is not just for here, but it's also for eternity. We need to mute everybody else, please. Thank you. The noises are very disturbing. Thanks. Okay, so today we are going to look at breakfast and lunch. We're going to look at detoxification in and outer body, and then look at how do we go about budgeting. And then I will leave you one of my recipes, and this one is for deodorant. Okay. All right. Okay, so we are going to look at these, and I hope that we all will have a rich experience as we go through this. All right. Oh, this is some of the work that I do, helping people to recover from lifestyle diseases. Looking at detoxification first of all. When you're talking about health and going on a health journey, such as the people in the ministry that I have, we have embarked upon a 40-day health challenge. And it's really 40 days of teaching people how to eat, drink, sleep, wake, exercise, and everything regarding to health, spending more time with the Lord, especially, and praying for each other. This is what we're talking about for the 40 days. To start it, or to start any health journey, if you're diabetic and you're needing help, or you're hypertensive, you have cancer, whatever it is, the first thing that is necessary is detoxification. And why? Because we have so many toxins in our atmosphere, in our environment. We have all these things that we wash with, cook with, and even in our mouths. These are amalgam fillings, you name it. And then all of these are causing inflammation, excess inflammation in our bodies. It is these toxins and inflammation that cause us a disease. And so to treat and prevent them, we need to start with detoxing the whole body. And it's not only inside the body, but it's detoxing outside as well. So here we see a basket on the center screen full of detox foods, you know, lemon, onions, garlic, turmeric, all the green spirulina, chlorella, parsley, beets. And then you see on the left, on My Home Wellness Spa, you see some essential oils and herbs there. Now, so we are looking first of all at why detox, because we're looking at to increase energy. That's one reason. To prevent and reverse mental health disorders, hypertension, diabetes, cancer, arthritis, and immune system disorders. And I'm telling you, even from our experiences for the last week, because today we are on day 8, and already people have seen their high blood pressure has gone down into the normal range, the diabetes, blood sugar, gone down into the normal range from 7.8 and 9.0 in the readings coming right down. And God has blessed tremendously from this whole detox process. And the detox started with fasting, just water alone. And some folk started with water one day and then fruits for 2 other days. And some of us, we did fasting for 3 complete days, only water. So we're talking about also to eliminate toxins and in our foods, beverages, and hygiene products, as well as to remove heavy metal from, as I mentioned, amalgam fillings. And our daily routine of drinking soft water with a pinch of salt or a pinch of salt in water, or with lemon slices, or even substituting some glasses, maybe 1 or 2 glasses with coconut water to flush the toxins from the kidneys. And so we drink regular water to flush the kidneys, not so much the coconut. And then, as I mentioned, fasting and then stress reduction. We reduce stress by exercise, by deep breathing, relaxation, and looking back at some of our issues and trying to deal with them, those emotional baggage that we carry from our childhood into our adulthood. I mentioned deep breathing, but let us add meditation to that. Meditation is really used among us Seventh-day Adventists. And it is really important because meditation, one moment, with deep breathing, meditation with deep breathing will change our immune system. Now, you remember that text in the Psalm where we like to repeat at the end of our prayer, let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our hearts. But then when we hear the word meditation, immediately we think transcendental and yoga. But this meditation, this practice, it started way back in Genesis. When you go to the story with Abraham, when he sent his son, his servant, to get a wife for Isaac, his son, that the servant brought back Rebekah. When Rebekah saw Isaac from afar, she asked the servant, "Who is that?" And he said, "That is my master. He's just come back from meditating." And from my reading, that was the first time in scripture the word meditate was used. And so when we think about meditation, we must not think of it as something evil, but as something that God designed for us to do. Ellen White, in Desire of Ages, I believe it's page 178, she talked about prayer and meditation going together. Yes, prayer and meditation. We like to pray, jump up from our knees, and we think everything is a-okay. But we need to stay there and hear more from the word, from the Lord. Hear him giving us ideas, giving us remedies, what to do, teaching us, giving us direction as to what decision, even in our business and our daily living, what to do. So prayer and meditation, she says in Desire of Ages, and I quote, prayer and meditation will keep us from rushing unbidden into the way of danger, and thus we should be saved many a defeat. End of quote. Now, I read this when I was a teenager and I decided, oh, this is too powerful to bypass. And so I learned that quote. If you want to run from danger, run from our bad habits, we need to spend more time meditating. It's in those quiet moments when we begin to think about scripture and so on, that all the evil, sinful tendencies are washed away. You talk about complete detox now. It is not only detox of chemicals and so on in our bodies, but it's detox of in the mind, that mindset that is so important. And here is where deep breathing and meditation makes that whole change in us. And so when we talk about preventing heart disease and nerve issues, dealing with those, meditation and deep breathing help tremendously in reversing those issues. So you see, I took some time there. Okay, now we go on to the inner body cleanse. And for the inner body cleanse, you see on the graphic on the right, you see all these fruits. And here we have a lot of fruits, some of which you can identify with. Let's see, let me show you the cursor. Here you have mangoes. I know in your part of the world, your parts, you all know mangoes. And here we have, I believe that is apricot or sapodillas, no, apricots. And then we have pomegranate. We have here the strawberry, blueberries, guavas, citrus, and right above here, this fruit here is our soursop, and soursop is just good for a number of different things. But all of these fruits, regardless of where you are, you will find foods that will alkalize the body. Foods are full of antioxidants to reduce acidity in the body. When you eat other foods like grains and legumes, those are acids, and then you need to balance it off, all of that acid with fruits. So you talk about an inner body cleanse, you need to have fruits. And then the other one for the pH balance as well is eating vegetables. And the vegetables, you have also the spices, the herbs to reduce inflammation. Organic raw vegetables and herbs provide digestive enzymes that are very beneficial in the natural detox cleansing process of waste excretion. It means, therefore, that when we eat every day fruits and vegetables, we are continuing this method of detoxification. So detox is not something you do and stop. It's something that we have to do every day of our lives. Eat foods rich in sulfur and glutathione, and the major antioxidant, that is glutathione, and detox substance it is to protect the liver from toxins and to eliminate those pesticides and heavy metals from the body. Trace minerals, we need those, and selenium and zinc. And you get a lot of trace minerals from your salt, Celtic salt or the pink Himalayan salt. And remember I said, maintain a positive attitude, so very important. And here again, for the inner body cleanse, you need that deep breathing. For some reason, it's going back. Okay. Let us. Oh, so here we have some others. The herbs that detox now. So we move on to chlorella and spirulina. They are important algae. They are rich in omega-3s. Actually, they are better than chia seeds, your walnuts, your almonds, and so on, because they provide us with EPA and DHA, the things that are provided from animals. Now, here it is that you as a vegan, let us say, or you're looking for the vegan sources, you can get these from our chlorella and spirulina. And guess what? You will also get B12 from your chlorella. And you're talking about high protein, you get that from your spirulina. We cannot go wrong using these algae. And then you have cumin or curcumin in turmeric, sorry, and cilantro. These pull out heavy metals. You have your curcumin again, ginger, garlic, cumin, and the black seed. These reduce inflammation. You have psyllium husk. You know, if a person is constipated, you put some psyllium husk in the food, and also in baking. And psyllium husk with bentonite clay removes waste in the gut. Now you have to be careful because bentonite clay, you have the food grade, which is the one you need to look for. Iodine flushes out chlorine and fluoride toxins. And for total cleanse, you need to use ashwagandha, milk thistle, berberine, aloe vera, barley and wheatgrass, red clover, burdock roots, dandelion, and neem. Now here's what, you take out 2 or 3 of these that are available where you are and use them. Most of us have things like aloe vera, and I think most of us have ashwagandha. Now, berberine is especially important because not only does it cleanse, but it helps to reduce blood sugar. And you'll find berberine also in golden seal. Okay, so pay note when you're trying to get rid of a cold or influenza, you go for golden seal and echinacea. Well, in that golden seal, you're going to get berberine, which will flush out the toxins to help restore health. To remove mercury and heavy metals, you want to take glutathione, I mentioned that, and you'll get glutathione. Now, I'm showing you where you can get some of those things from: your spinach, avocados, okra, and asparagus. And you want to use compounds that help the body now to make glutathione. And here's where you use milk thistle, your vitamin C in fruits, and again, this powerful turmeric, right? Curcumin and turmeric, extremely powerful. Listen, you must always have turmeric in your homes, in your kitchen. There are certain things that are must-haves. You know, your turmeric, garlic, ginger, onion, lemon, or lime, preferably your lemon, your rough skin lemon. If you do not have that, then use lime. Have these things, these are powerful. And then you add to those, you see some other things coming up in a moment. Then you have selenium-rich foods in your brown rice, Brazil nuts, lentils, and sunflower seeds. You have sulfur foods, your broccoli sprouts, all your cruciferous, your kale, cabbage, collards, mustard greens, your turnips, you have Chinese cabbage, arugula, horseradish, and watercress. You have all of those sulfur foods that you can use. And you have some sulfur herbs, oregano, cilantro, and cumin. These are things you need to put in your foods on a daily basis. These herbs, just use them freely. And guess what? When you're using these, as you detox on a regular basis, by the grace of God, is always by the grace of God, you will not come down with the diseases of the Egyptians. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 15 says that the diseases of the Egyptians shall not come nigh us. But it's unconditional, you know. God always promises us things, and they're always unconditional. They're unconditional that we obey his health principles. Fasting, you can fast for 3 to 7 days. In fasting, we reach the stage that is called autophagy. That is where healing begins. When the cells, the good cells, start to eat up the bad cells and start to clean up the body. That is what we call autophagy. And when we reach that stage, it provides the internal environment that was with all the body organs, and especially for the gut, to cleanse itself of harmful bacteria. When this happens, guess what? From the gut, all the other organs nearby, your pancreas, which is nearby, your gallbladder, your kidney, your liver higher up, your lungs to the back, your heart in front by your chest there, all of these organs. And do not forget, do not leave this part out, your brain, all of these benefits. When you think you're losing it, let's say you start forgetting, Alzheimer's stepping in, guess what? When you fast, you are releasing your cells to create healthy cells now. And when that happens, all the bad cells that are starting to go, that are just causing havoc in your brain, will be excreted, and instead new cells will take their place, and you will begin to, oh, my brain is so sharp and I can remember all of this. Now, I'm telling you, all of these extra things I'm saying, I do not have them on a paper anywhere. It's wonderful days of 7 days of fasting, eating fruits alone, fasting 3 days, only water, and then eating fruits and some nuts alone. And today's my first day eating veggies, right? And so it's exciting, just fasting. So you have different kinds of fast, which I cannot go into right now, but you have water fast, food fast, 3 days fast, 7 days fast. What I'm telling you though, is that Ellen White said, we need not go on that 40-day fast like Jesus did. He did it for us, and we do not need to go to that extreme. Now, when, for example, we are talking about 40 days, we are not fasting for 40 days, mind you. When you go on a group chat, we are eating healthy food. We are looking at healthy food, exercise, incorporating the healthy practices in our lives. Because when you look through scripture, you're going to see a lot of 40s. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness. The children of before attending to the needs of the Israel. And then the Israelites spent 40 years wandering in the wilderness. And we can skip through, there are many others in the Old Testament. We could skip through and go to Jesus. He spent 40 days in the wilderness preparing for his ministry. And so when we want to embark on anything important in our lives, we have to think about 40. Now, you may have heard that 21 days, but let me tell you, there's nothing scriptural about 21. The only thing that happened with 21 in the scripture was when Cyrus prevented the message from going forth for Daniel. Now, that is not positive, really. So when we talk about anything, the positive, God given his people time, 40 years as the period for the human existence, all right? You're talking about completion here. Secular psychology talks about 21 days. That's secular. And we have to be very much aware of the secular psychology and what it says to us. It's secular psychology has terms like mindfulness. And when you go back into the foundations of mindfulness, you know that it's diabolical. It's New Age. And so we have to be careful about some of these things from New Age. From New Age and modern psychologies or secular psychology. So we are fasting to eliminate inflammation, improve the pH balance, healing from diseases, normalize insulin sensitivity and get rid of dead cells. And during this time of fasting, we notice that all our skin shedding all the excess dead cells. And we have to take, will you see what we did just now? All right. Fasting helps with weight loss, reducing sagging skin. If you're trying to lose weight, you will not have sagging skin, you know, where you have the flap under the arms and so on while doing it. That plus, of course, exercising and doing resistance training, prevent cancer and heart disease, prevent and reverse aging and Alzheimer's. I call Alzheimer's the big A and cancer the big C. All right, so this is what we did during that time. We took the dry brush and started brushing ourselves, starting always from the extremities, going towards the heart. So from the fingertips in a circular motion coming up to the armpit, and then from the neck going to the heart, you know, so that helps with exfoliation, removing all the dead cells from after we detox. And you can use a loofah or a brush, and I showed you here in the graphic the different brushes that you can use. Okay, I have a brush, but somehow I did not bring it nearby. But so these are the things you can use. You can even use a soft brush on your face to help remove the dead cells. And now you can also do a salt glow. And you could take some salt, whether Epsom salt or some sea salt, put a little bit of water in that bowl, and then what will happen is that you'll have a paste, and just like in brushing, starting from the extremities, rub it on your body, all over your entire body, and keep rubbing it for about a minute or two on each area. And at the end, just rinse it off. You can add some bicarbonate of soda as well. Just rinse it off, and you will feel your skin like velvet, really smooth and soft. I'm telling you, God does know what He has given us, these natural things. In other words, what I'm telling you is that in the 40-day health challenge, we are not using the commercial soaps, period. We are using natural things on our skins. So I just said how to do it: equal parts of salt and bicarbonate of soda. Equal parts, just mix them, add some water, and massage on your body. You can use sugar and spices instead for the same circulation, exfoliation, and brighter skin tone. And all you need to do is to mix 1 cup of brown sugar with 1 tablespoon of ginger powder, cinnamon, clove powder, bicarbonate of soda, turmeric, and coconut oil. You know, just mix them together, and you will see. You can also add chamomile, tea tree, and oregano oils to it, and you're gonna have a nice, interesting paste here, and you can rub it on your body, same as with the salt glow, and you are going to have a wonderful scrub, removing dead cells from your skin. And now you have some things that are both inner and outer body cleanse. And these include like the foot bath. You can put your foot into hot water, you know, keep adding water to it. You can put salt or other herbs and essential oils in that water, and put a ice cloth around your forehead. That will prevent the pressure from going up in your head. And now, so you have the feet massage. You see that feet massager there that you can rub your feet on it. That will help. And then you have the body massage. You have these machines that you can use to massage instead of spending hundreds of dollars going to a masseuse to get a massage. You can have this, and there are different parts to it. You're seeing them below that you can attach and have a great massage all over your body to help. And then you have saunas. And here I have a one-person sauna. It is not really expensive to get one of these. I always recommend people get the sauna. It helps with detoxifying. It brings down your blood pressure. It will help with blood glucose control, weight loss. And you talk about cancer, fighting off cancer, and other health conditions. The sauna is a great idea. And so this is a one person, and you're seeing the person inside. It's zip lockers, your whole body. Back in the day, about 20 years ago, I bought one. It was like a tent with my head and neck outside. I still have it. It's still working fantastic. And so these things last a long time. And then you have like a two-person sauna here. And those are options if you want to get into offering your service to others.
Dr. Hill, I'm exiting. Can you stop the recording when you're done? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right, and now here we have another one, which is our, here, one moment. We have our heat lamps. We have our heat lamps that we can use. For self-massage. And now I'm showing you some breakfast demos, some things that you can have for breakfast. I think, okay, right, yes. So here we have for breakfast, you have a green smoothie. That's one option. You have that first. You're trying to get in a lot of the nutrients. So you have this green smoothie with maybe your kale, spinach. But if you're having those, you need to prepare them in advance. Put some lemon juice over them and work it in so that it will break down the fibers of the kale, the spinach, and broccoli. All right, so you want to do that the night before so that when you're making your smoothie, it will digest easily. Okay, so you have like a green smoothie, and then you see right here in the center, you have your fruit necks. You have tomatoes and cucumbers and an apple here. And here you have bread, a 12-grain bread. And with that bread, you're going to eat it, you're going to have garbanzo beans hummus, which means, so you're going to get your beans from that. And then you have your handful of nuts, seed, and fruit mix, or you can just have plain nuts, but you will see that option in a moment. And then here, you see that you have supplements. Depending on your health condition, you may need to add some supplements. And now here is an alternative. Removing the bread, you see here, the bread was replaced with the pearl barley salad. Now, pearl barley is a grain. It looks almost like rice. And you can use that for breakfast. What you add some bell peppers. Peppers are fruit. So you add in those. You can add your onions, garlic. You have an opportunity to add some of those spices and herbs right in that there, as well as in your cucumber and tomatoes here in that salad. You can do that. Listen, the more opportunities you have to add those herbs in your diet, the better. You cannot go wrong with those. So you add this and you make a wonderful, nice pearl barley salad to have for breakfast here. And you replace the hummus here with the pinto beans. So you stew up your pinto beans. Remember, do not cook with oil in your pot. Okay? You put your oil on your food when you have been served. All right, your next thing is to add your in your salad dressings. You want to put all these herbs and spices we talk about. Your base for all your dressings, the ingredients are your lemon, olive oil, lemon juice, olive oil, salt, garlic, onion, ginger. And to that, you can make a variety of different things. If you want it yellow, you put turmeric. Your cumin, cilantro, but just remember, every dressing will be great with basil. You try it out. And things like rosemary. Rosemary is good for pain. And when you talk about treating cancer and so on, you want your thyme, oregano, rosemary for the immune system, all of these things. Fenugreek for controlling blood glucose. All right, you have so, and then I'm giving just in the end, showing you some other breakfast samples for raw food now. Here's a chocolate smoothie. And for chocolate, all you have to do is to add red and green together and you're going to get chocolate, right? So it's not adding chocolate itself or cocoa beans. All right, and then you have to that salad, you add in a little bit more fruit because it's only raw you're having. And then you have an infused herbal oil. You're infusing olive oil with the different herbs here. This graphic here. And you're going to use some of this on your salad to get the health benefits. And to that, you add in the same nuts as those with the cooked food, and possibly needing supplements. And now for when you're on raw food, you need to eat more often. So here is your mid-morning having a citrus juice. And now for another lunch demo, here you have a veggie salad. This looks like what I'm having today. Veggie salad, and you can have a veggie pizza, black beans, and this time you use other salad dressings, and with veggie patties, possibly lentils with oats, and season it up, and just with the oats will help it to bind, and you just make it into a ball, flatten it, and put it on your baking sheet. I do not recommend frying at all. If you have a non-stick, no oil frying pan, good for you. That would be great. And then you have your handful of nuts. You always end your meal with a handful of nuts. And now for another sample. This drink here, I call it red velvet smoothie. I actually had this and took photos of these, you know. And so this had elderberry, pomegranate, and beets with some ginger in it, and ginger and grape juice. And then I put some frozen banana in it. It's absolutely delicious. And you have your salad, So you're starting off with these just to get in the nutrition. Remember, we're eating twice a day and trying to get nutrition, we put in those. And then you have your bean sprouts. Bean sprout salad is a great way of getting a lot of nutrition from our beans, sprouting rather than just cooking the beans. And here you have my great cookies. And these cookies are made from nuts and seeds. And so now we stop right there for today. If you want to, we stop there and open up for you to ask questions. Okay? And okay, so I will open up for you to ask questions. Feel free to do so. Now is your time to ask your questions. It's been a mouthful, I know. But,
Good day, Dr. Sandhill. Pleasant day
hi.
to you.
Thank you.
What I want to find out, if you're making, and you know, before this program, I just used to like, when I make a salad, I would put in raisins in it. Now with the detox program, I'm wondering, is it allowed? Is it something good, or is it not healthy, or is it something wrong I'm doing by putting raisins in the salad? Like
in which salad? Veggie salad or fruit salad?
Well, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumber, things like that with carrots, especially with carrots in it.
So the best advice, the best counsel is not to put raisins. All right, that's your best. And why am I telling you why? Because it's a fruit and you're mixing fruit with veggies. And people who have problems with their gut are going to have issues when you mix fruit and veggies. Now, here's what. There are always exceptions to every rule, right?
Right.
And so you find that some fruits like cucumber and even tomatoes, they digest differently. Their alkali balance is different. And so it's easier to add those as fruits to the veggies. Now, also, if a person is not having a lot of issues, gut issues, and adding a few raisins is not going to be very bad, really. But in general, you want to avoid them. All right. Avoid mixing fruits and veggies. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. So now I will change. I will make some changes.
Right. Yes. Yes. And if you want the sweetness of the fruit, what you can do is to put some honey in your dressing. The same dressing I showed you with those ingredients, you can add a touch of honey, not much. It only takes a touch of good honey to give that thing nice flavor. I just put some on my salad. Wow, it is so good.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, yes, you're welcome. Yes, do we have any others? Any questions, comments, maybe something you did not know? Yes, go ahead. Your hand is up, Miss Pilgrim.
Dr. Sandhill, I said it in the chat, but I'm going to say it again. You look glowing and beautiful.
Well, praise the Lord. Yes.
I want to ask about the salad dressing where you have the olive oil. I read somewhere where no oil should be introduced in the salad because of the way it is, because of the digestion issue. I just want you to comment on that, please. Thank you.
Good question, right? But remember, olive oil is used to help with digestion. You notice I did not say some other kind of oil, but olive oil, right? Okay?
Yes.
And Ellen White talked a lot about using olive oil. And bear in mind that my background, I am using the Bible, the writings of Ellen White, as inspired by God and science, okay? And sometimes science is very conflicting in what it says. And we have to really be careful. Olive oil is used for digestion. You put olive oil and some other things and, and olive oil and the lemon juice together. And I'm telling you, you're helping the whole system, okay? So that digestive system. Yes, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Instead of olive oil, you can use olives themselves. That is fantastic because anything you put olives on tastes great. You can use olives on your veggie salads and you can use olives in your fruit salads. You can use olives when you're cooking rice. I mean, it's so versatile. Okay? Yes, Empress, go right ahead.
Sorry.
Empress, your hand is up. Please go ahead.
Yes. Hi, Dr. Maletha.
Yes, hi.
Yeah. What I wanted to ask is about fasting and how to deal with the pain. I
It's
remember
about what you said? It's about what?
body pains, like the ones you had. I heard you talking about them in your previous talk. You were in another meeting that you fasted for, I don't know whether it was 21 days, and then the pains went. Can you please explain everything if possible? I definitely will need it.
Oh, I just use minimum food. As I mentioned, just maybe like an apple or one mango or something, but just the bare food for that period of time. And there was no real significance in the number 21. It's just that it took me 3 weeks for what I was doing and experiencing with the Lord. And so by that time now, that is when I noticed that all the pains went. It's not that I went on a 21-day program, okay? Yes. So it's just using their food to survive during that time. Let me put it this way. If a person were to use maybe 1 or 2 apples in the morning and maybe a small salad for lunch and keep that going, but it's minimum, for the time. Listen, you must know your body. Just do not go and jump into it because I did it. You must know what you need and what your body can take. And there are different times in your lives when your body can take something differently. Okay, when you were 20, you can do certain things. When you, especially as a female, you reach a 45, 48, and you realize with menopausal symptoms, certain things you should not do and cannot do, right? So you need to know, you need help possibly from your practitioner along that journey, okay, Empress?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. I just wanted to hear the examples, what you were eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
No, I just ate whatever the Lord gave me at that time. So it was mainly a fruit or something like that.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. It was mainly fruits. When I go back in my mind, it was mainly fruits for that period of time.
So you did not eat any food, any carbohydrates?
No.
Did you lose a lot of weight?
No, not really.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
People think if you fast, you're going to shrivel up, but it all depends on what you're doing. Now, if you're fasting, right, and you are not exercising, you will tend to lose a lot of muscles and not fat. But if you are fasting and you're exercising as normal, you find that instead your muscles will develop over that time. Yes? Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. We have Carolyn. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Sister Maletha.
Hi, good afternoon.
I just logged on because I'm having problems with my internet, but this is not relevant to the topic you did today, but I want to know if you have a remedy for kidney stones.
Oh, yeah. That's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, kidney stones and gallbladder stones. Yeah. And you know, generally, the first remedy is to drink water, right?
Yes, yeah,
Yes, yeah,
yeah.
yes.
So I have to inbox you.
Well, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
What would be your best time? What's your best time?
Just send me a text of mine. The number that you see, that is a WhatsApp number.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe somebody on the chat may want to type that in. I think I opened the chat. Yeah, yes. Okay, make sure. Yes. Okay, yeah.
So send you my number. Is that what you're saying?
Okay,
Or I can.
I'll put my number on the chat.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes,
I
you're
think I have
welcome.
your number. I have your number.
You have it? Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And let me tell you all this, the first thing that we do when we have people who are sick, who are needing help, the first thing is prayer, rather than running to remedies first. Pray, and after prayer is amazing what God does. The change
Yeah.
and the remedies he gives might be unusual, but then they work. Okay, yes. Any other questions? I think yes. Yes, you're back, Miss Pilgrim. Go ahead.
Yes. Hi, sis. Again, I'm just asking because I got two options, but I just want to know what you may throw out. It might sound even better. Um, I used during COVID, perhaps I became a bit panicky, and when I used to clean an institution, I was so afraid of coming home and giving my children COVID. So I used to take the hand sanitizer and after my hands, I put it on my face and my hair, my neck. And what
Mercy, you're
happened
killing
on my
yourself, huh? Hmm.
tell me about it. Tell me. Then I started listening to all the Zoom meetings and say, oh, wow, I was just so stupid.
Yeah,
But
and you know your body could do with some bacteria, you know that? All this sort
yeah,
of
yeah,
washing hands all the time, that is
for
so
sure,
unhealthy.
for sure. But what happened on my two cheeks, either side of my face, I got two brown spots, like two brown pigmentation. Like I don't know if my skin was thin, and when I put the hand sanitizer on it, like it scalded my skin, and that mark
Okay, all
remained.
right. Okay, so here's what. You can take bentonite clay,
Uh-huh,
activated charcoal, some turmeric equal parts, some
uh-huh.
bicarbonate of soda, and
Okay.
add to that the aloe vera gel. You can take the aloes, just scrape it off. All right, and
Mm-hmm.
that as the binding agent for those
Right.
things. And you make a facial mask with it and put it on your face, leave it on for about 30 minutes and then rinse it off. And I'm telling you, remember when you mix in, use a plastic spoon. If you do
Yes.
not use a plastic spoon, it will uh, spoil the potency of the charcoal and the bentonite clay. All right, you must use a plastic spoon when using those. And that will pull out all those things in the face and clear it up. The bicarbonate of soda will help to also clear up the skin, remove the dark marks. Yeah,
Okay, thank you so much, sis. Does
you're
the
welcome.
metal spoon, does the, thanks, does the metal spoon in charcoal have like an explosive effect? Like if you put the metal spoon in a
It's going
bag
to
of
remove,
activated,
it's going to remove the deactivation process so that it wouldn't have,
ah,
it wouldn't have any benefits, right?
I see. I
So,
made an error. I had a big pack of activated charcoal powder, but I was I was so hurry and I forgot about the metal spoon. So I took a teaspoon and I immersed it in the charcoal pack of charcoal powder. Would that kill everything? I instantly I remembered and I removed the teaspoon. But
well,
would that
listen,
charcoal be
listen,
done?
listen, sis, pray over it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
When you're in doubt about anything, just pray. God is interested in every minute aspect of our lives. We think we have to get a big thing to go to God with. Yeah, even these little things. Talk to Him.
For sure,
That,
sis. Thank you. And
yeah.
thanks for writing the remedy on the chat. Thanks so much.
Us, or the person who did that. All right.
Yes.
We have some nice uh co-hosts. So here's what. Somebody, you're gonna write my telephone number and I'm calling it out. And it is 1-868-723-9714. Y'all got that? 1-868-723-9714. All right, yeah, here we go. Thank you. Okay, so we have several persons got it and putting it in the chat. Good, thank you. All right. I think, okay, so Empress, you have another question? Okay, we have other people, other persons, and I think we probably have room for maybe one or more question.
Yes, Dr. Maletha, sorry to come back to you because this one is a bit urgent, if you don't mind. My dad has been having high blood pressure. And then I asked if they could also check his blood for hemoglobin, and he had anemia. And also, I guess he's also probably developing dementia because he's got a lot of forgetfulness and the like. And in that case, when he was given medication for blood pressure, and they gave it twice a day, it dropped. And when it dropped, so it's up and down. If you could tell me something quickly,
Okay,
just
but
to
Empress, you are talking about several things here, right?
Yes.
First of all the foods and so that I recommended today, especially the turmeric, I did not mention coconut oil because every meal should have fat, carbohydrate, and protein. And in the fat, among the fat, the healthy fat, you have avocado, coconut, and olive oil. So you have those, and the coconut oil is one of the things used for dementia, your turmeric as well, and using a lot of greens. So that's why you saw the green smoothie. I put a green smoothie at the beginning of every meal, okay, so that people can get in the greens. You see, in today's the agriculture and the soil and how people are planting, we are not getting enough nutrients when we eat like a bowl of food, a bowl of veggies. So to add to it, we compress it into a small portion so that we can consume it and get a big portion in so doing, right? So all of those greens, the green smoothies, especially the chlorella, spirulina, and those things with your chia seeds and flax seeds, all of those will help with Alzheimer's and the brain. Okay, we're talking about the brain and how it is nourished. Your deep breathing and meditation, all of those things. Exercise is extremely important. You're talking about hypertension and Alzheimer's. You can't get away from exercise. Listen, for those of you who hate to exercise, change around the word like I do. I love to keep moving. Okay, so you think about moving instead of exercise, and know that God did not make our bodies to stay still. Start moving. Moving, you could call it moving for 30 minutes, 1 hour every day, or you can break it up. It's going to help us prevent and reverse disease. You cannot run from exercise. You're talking about your brain and Alzheimer's. Your exercise has to increase your hippocampus in your brain. Your hippocampus is responsible for long-term memory. So that if you are being a couch potato and you are not using these things, you're going to find that by age 50 and 60, you're starting to forget already. Okay. So when it comes to these things, though, you need an assessment, a proper assessment to direct and to help people. But I'm just giving general things in general that are good. Your garlic is powerful. Give a person 4 grains of garlic in the morning and 4 in the evening for high blood pressure, for diabetes, for cancer. Okay, all of those. And then the other thing is what you put on your skin is a big thing. And that brings us an important point that I'm sharing with you all. And I hope that on your particular platform, you'll be able to get the flyer. But next 2 weeks, on the 22nd of October, I'll be doing this in greater detail for 3 hours. For your time, it will be about 3 o'clock your time, I believe, from 3 to 6 your time. Yes, from 3 to 6 your time. I know it's kind of conflicting with this program, but it's the only, no, it's not conflicting. No, it's not. Right, so 3 to 6 your time. And also, for those in the UK, it will be 2 to 5. All right, and those in the Caribbean, it's from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. And we're going through all of these things that day and also the following. And the cost is just a mere contribution of $30 or more US. You'll be getting a book with it to help you in your preparation and so on. So I'm just sharing this with you. And of course, you will get this on your different platforms. All right. Okay. So that brings it to the end for me, and your other host will take over from here on. Okay. Thank you. It's been my pleasure to share with you. There's so much more, when it comes to these things. And so I'm encouraging you all to join us on October 22nd and the 29th. My other colleagues will be joining on how to prepare raw food and how to do different things, how to do deodorants. And I was supposed to show you all deodorant today, but too much time. So deodorant, lotion, so the skin, nice cream. I can show you what my cream looks like. If you hold one moment, it's not far.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Maletha.
Yeah, so I'm back with my cream in my hand. Okay. Yes, let me, right. So this is a cream that we made in my program. All right, one of my programs. I don't know if you've seen it. You seen it? All right. And I'm gonna take a touch of it. So this is what it looks like. Nice. Yeah. It smells fantastic. You got to smell this thing with all these essential oils. It has some sandalwood and lavender, so you can imagine how that smells. And I'm putting it on my hands. You know, when I did it, I put it on my face, right? But now I can't put it on my face. I can put it on my hands. And you see immediately, you start to see a nice glow. You seen that? Even when I rub it right in. Okay, and this is what we call a collagen cream to prevent wrinkles and so on, you know? So I'm telling you, this is great great smelling. Look at it. You would think that it is bought in some store, right?
What are
Not-
the ingredients, please?
Oh, come on, I can't tell you all of that right now. You know, come on the 22nd and the 29th and you will get all the ingredients. All right? Okay. Okay, so just showing you some of the things that that we're doing to help people show you, because our skin is the largest organ in our body and it's so much overlooked in all our health presentations. What we do with our skin. Yes, so go ahead, the host, go ahead. Emperor, yes. Over to the host. I'm hearing a question about diabetic. This thing smells so good. I'm telling you. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's see. Okay. I'm not seeing the host. So I guess.
Someone called Peggy is the one who is speaking there on the mic.
Okay. Right.
He was already in this room. But it had chance.
Hello. Okay, I'm not seeing the person. Oh,
he didn't
right.
go
I'm
into the coma.
sorry.
He was home and like he didn't want to go on. His mother called.
Okay. Yes. Gail, you want to
Yes.
ask something, or Marie?
Yeah, I wanted to ask a quick. I just wanted to ask a quick
Marie
question.
We have Marie and Gail. Okay, go
Right.
ahead.
So the quick question is I got how to do the dry brushing for your hands, starting in a circular motion going up to your head. But what about from like your legs and your feet? Where do you start from? With your
From
legs,
your toes. From your toes.
Your toes coming up.
Right.
Okay, I didn't get that. Thanks.
But you always start from your extremity. So your lowest part will be your toes.
Okay, thank you. Nice.
Okay. I'm seeing a question came up, but I didn't have time to read it. It just slip out. Okay. Yes. Go ahead, Marie.
Hi, thanks for taking my question. Quick question. My son has at least toenail fungus, and some of his feet are discolored, and we've been trying like coconut oil mixed with oregano, tea tree oil, and a little bit of lavender, and rubbing it with some improvement. But even his hands has these eczemas, discoloration. Like if he only put his hands in water, the skin start to crack and it's very discolored and painful. So is it something we need to do to clean him out internally?
Yeah, the same thing we talk about. about detoxification, and you want to use things like dandelion, nerve thistle, your chlorella, spirulina, all of those detox internally, right? So those things we talk about. And of course, increasing water. A lot of times these fungus remain because people aren't drinking enough water, all right? You notice sometimes I turned off the video because I didn't want it in your recording, me with a big bottle in my hand drinking water, right? I find that that's so distasteful, all right? So you keep drinking your water, and that makes a big difference. And then when it comes to those things, you want to use some other herbs, all right? And one thing that comes to mind that you can use readily and is my favorite essential oil. Everybody will tell you my go-to essential oil is frankincense. You put frankincense on that toe, on the toenails, you said, and you're going to see a vast improvement. Now to that you add castor oil, and I'm adding, right? And to that you can add clove oil. Clove, is it painful?
It is. It especially the hands. The hands are more like when the water hit it. It's more
Right.
painful, but the toes
So
and the feet.
for the pain, you have clove oil and rosemary. All right, you add those sets and pray first and let the Lord direct. But those are some things, and you can always message me and get maybe another remedy or so. But those are some of the things, and with to those, your tea tree oil will come in there. All right. So you're putting it in a small vial, a smaller one to this, and just do that mixture and you will have it there. Okay. And that will help a lot. Yeah.
Thank you. So I'm mixing it, the oils in castor oil as
And
opposed
here's
to
what.
coconut oil?
No, just no coconut oil, castor oil.
Okay.
Now, coconut oil is also antibacterial, so it's not that you can't use coconut oil. But let's say this is the toe, right? This is the toe, my thumb finger, right? You're gonna take a small cotton cloth or gauze. You'll pour the mixture that you make on it, make it thick, and wrap it around the area and leave it. If to keep it in place, you can use some clear the plastic wrap and wrap it around to hold it there for about 2 hours. Okay. When it comes off, remember you using castor oil, frankincense, and the clove oil, rosemary, and to that you can add some turmeric. Remember you mixing it all in a nice paste. It's going to be a runny paste though. And you're putting that on the cloth, on the gauze, and then wrapping it around the toe and leaving that on. The turmeric, the castor oil, the frankincense, all of those are agents that will pull out all the inflammation in the area. And that is what you're really looking for, pulling out inflammation, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. And there are always other things that you can do, right? When it comes to inflammation, you can drink the same thing, okay? Yes, you can drink the same thing, put it in some water and drink it. That's the nice thing about what we put on in those poultices. Okay. All right, folk. I wish you all a wonderful evening. And yes, Dr. Stella. Dr. Stella, we stop recording